The Hardys. Why am I not surprised?
Officer Riley, it's good to see you.
Hey, Joe. Your dad send you two down? You have an interest in this case?
Nope. We came on our own. We're
friends of Lily Spencer. Her father is Samuel Spencer's brother. Anyway, we thought we should come see how she's doing.
Not anymore, he's not. I'm renouncing him as my brother. Do you hear me, Thomas? I renounce you.
Calm down, Mr. Spencer. There's no need to fly off the handle here.
Who are these boys, officer? Vandals? Hooligans? Are handcuffs called for?
Mr. Spencer, meet the Hardy boys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hardy, eh? Fenton's kids?
Yes, sir.
I know your father. At least I knew him. I haven't seen him around in quite some time.
He retired from the police force a while ago.
Ah, well, as you can see, we are quite busy around here.
Yes, we know. We're here, on behalf of Thomas Spencer.
Scoundrel! Backstabber! My own brother! That he has called in the proverbial cavalry, puerile as it may be, is further proof of his guilt.
You suspect your own brother in this theft?
I do more than suspect him, young man. I consider his culpability a virtual certitude. Nobody but he knows the combination to my safe, which, as Officer Riley will attest, was opened without force. The vile criminal knew the combination. My brother knew the combination. I think you can follow my chain of logic.
I can barely understand a word you say.
Officer, shall we resume searching the grounds?
Of course, Mr. Spencer. Now, you two boys stay out of trouble. If you need to speak to Lily, she's in the entryway consoling her father. I'm detaining him there until we figure out if there's any way someone else could have gotten into the safe without some dynamite. Seems like a nice guy. I'd hate to arrest him.
I know him, officer. I'm sure he didn't do it.
Character witnesses are all well and good, Frank, but Thomas Spencer's gonna need more than that. Things look bleak for him, I'm afraid.
Come on, Joe. Let's see if we can spot anything Officer Riley may have missed.
Frank! What are you doing here?
Hey, Lily, we heard about the robbery and just wanted to see if there was anything we could do to help.
Oh, hey. Hi, Lily.
How did you hear about the robbery? We just found out about it ourselves a few hours ago.
Seriously. I'm standing right here. Frank, can you look at me a sec? Am I blending in with the carpet?
Our dad used to be a detective on the police force. It's a tight-knit group.
How could you help? And hi, Joe.
See? That's all I wanted.
Well, we know that your uncle is trying to pin this thing on your dad. We can prove that he's innocent. Assuming, of course, that he actually is.
Don't be silly, Frank. Of course he's innocent.
Could we ask you a few questions about the crime, Lily?
Oh, sure, Joe.
Frank, maybe you better ask the questions. I don't think she can hear me too good.
Have you seen any strangers lurking around the grounds lately?
No, I don't think so. Wait, yes, I did. I saw someone at the utility shed a couple of weeks ago. I think it may have been a repairman who got lost. I only saw him for a brief second and he was gone. I never saw him again.
What did this repairman look like?
He was maybe 6 feet tall, dark short hair, looked older, maybe in his 50s or so. Very thin.
Where is this shed?
It's around the west wing of the house. I don't think anyone uses it anymore, so I can't imagine the man knew where he was going.
What do you think of your uncle?
Honestly, he isn't my favorite person in the world, and it isn't just because of today. He's never been nice to us, always acting like he's doing us a favor by letting us live on the grounds, when the truth is, we're the only company he has. Without us, he'd have no one to order around.
So, who is your favorite person?
I can't imagine how it's important to the case, but that would be my mother. She needs me, and I enjoy feeling like I make a difference.
Have you ever been into Samuel's safe room?
No, he doesn't let anybody in there. When he isn't working, he keeps the door locked.
How do you know he locks the door? Did you try and get in?
Frank, could you ask your brother to not be so rude, please?
Can it, Joe? What can you tell me about your father?
Unfortunately, I know nothing about my biological father. He left my mother and I when I was very young.
Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Don't be sorry. Mom married Thomas some time ago, and he has been the sweetest and most loving father a girl could ask for. I have no reservations calling him Dad.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, Lily. Thanks.
No problem. I like talking to you, Frank. I feel like I can tell you anything.
Hey, what about me?
There are a few things I could tell you too, Joe, but I don't think you'd enjoy hearing them.
What is it with girls in this town?
We'd best not go snooping around the house. We'd get thrown out for sure. Hi, Mr. Spencer. I'm Frank Hardy, and this is my brother Joe.
I know who you are, Frank. I've heard a lot about you.
Dad!
Sorry, dear. What can I do for you, Frank?
My brother and I are looking into this incident. We thought maybe we could ask you some questions.
Budding detectives. Of course. It would be my pleasure. They aren't letting me leave, you know. They think I'm the thief. No one wants the truth to come out more than I.
They're keeping you here? Can they do that?
I suppose technically they can't, but it wouldn't look good if I didn't accede to the officer's request.
What do you know about the theft?
Very little. I was working in the yard this morning, same as usual, when Sam came running across the yard, waving his arms and yelling at me. He said, "I knew it. I knew trusting you was a mistake. You think you're smart. You think breaking a window is enough to throw off the cops." I just stood there. I had no idea what he was talking about. He went back inside without coming any closer. A few minutes later, the police arrived, and, well, here I am. It's a shame, really. It goes to show that no good deed goes unpunished. I don't know why he felt the need to tell me the combination of that darn safe every week. He even made me write it down.
Where did you write it down?
On my hand. I usually memorized it by the time I showered, and to be perfectly honest with you, if I didn't memorize it, I didn't lose sleep over it.
He thinks the window was broken to make it look like an outside job?
Yes, that's the conventional wisdom, but have you seen it? The break didn't shatter it. If the thief's intention was to get in through the window, he would have had to find another way.
What is your opinion of your brother?
He's an odd duck, paranoid, quick-tempered. He's been that way as long as I can remember. I care for him, I truly do. But he can be difficult to deal with.
Why do you think your brother suspects you?
Well, $200 million is a lot of money. I don't mind admitting that I'm a little strapped for cash. If it weren't for Sam, we'd be in a pickle. But I would never steal from anyone, least of all him.
Do you have any idea who the thief could be?
I'm baffled. Sam's argumentative and aggravating, but he doesn't get out much. I don't think he has any enemies, although I suppose $200 million is enough incentive to steal from your best friend.
I know your daughter from school.
She's beautiful, isn't she? I love her as if she were my own. She's my second wife's daughter. I should say my last wife. Second sounds like I plan on having a third, which I don't.
Can you tell me about your wife?
Sure. I met Mary almost 10 years ago now. It was love at first sight. I had already been divorced for some time, mind you. Eventually, I married her. I was a little gun-shy after the first go-around.
Where is she now?
At our house on the manor grounds. She has polyneuropathy. She's been wheelchair-bound for some time.
Lily certainly is beautiful.
Oh!
You think so, too? Well, perhaps after all this blows over, you'll have to ask my permission to take her out on a date.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant that, yes, she's beautiful, and I was just agreeing with you.
Don't worry about it, Frank. You seem like a nice kid.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Spencer.
I guess I'll be here for a while if you have any other questions.
Thanks.